Okay, we'll start with how to get kids to remember the concepts. First thing is, remember, you never have taught anything, you're always teaching it. So that means that if you've taught, let's say, the hungry rule, that short vowels want the bigger piece, and you teach it. Now, one way to review it, of course, is in your syllable work, but pulling spelling words from that is one of the best ways to review it. So when you give the word chess and the child puts one S, you'll simply say, is that a hungry vowel? And then since the child's not using it, you'll make a note for the next day to reteach that concept of the hungry rule. Short vowels want a bigger piece, they're hungry. But you'll just come back. Now, another thing is when you're caught up on new concepts, because you're not doing a new concept every day. So if, let's say, you're at the vowel tag and you're in a book, a vowel tag book, you're not going to be doing vowel change right away. So you can have the child teach you, reteach the lesson. So I'll pull out a couple hungry words and ask them, how do you spell like check? And then I'll have them teach it to me. Why are you using the CK? And then I'll pull a word like batch. Having the child actually teach you as part of a new concept is one of the best ways to remember. Another thing we have is concept cards, and the concept cards have pictures of ways of remembering concepts. And again, during new concept, if you're not doing a new concept, you can review using the concept cards. When you are reading words for the book, you might have a word like kept and stop and back. When I come to back, I'll say, what rule is that? And they'll say, oh, hungry rule. And I'll say, yeah, how do we know it? Sure. What's it get? The bigger piece. And then we might have the word running, and I'll pause and say, hey, what rule's running? And they'll say bully rule. That's right. So, and then of course, I have 3 review lists. I think it's 57, 77, and at the last concept, I have like 10 review lists, and the review list review the rules which tie it down. So there's multiple ways to remember the concepts. The most basic is to teach the concept, do syllable work with it, like et, make it edge, make it bedge, make it betch. And then pull spelling words and have them explain it to you. That's the most basic. And include at least 1 or 2 spelling words each week or each day that have the rule they're having trouble with. And then when you have space on your new concept, pull out a couple words and have them teach the rule to you. And then when you're reading words for your book, you're going to see all the spelling rules there. Eventually, point out a word like making. What rule is that? Bully bee. What do we got to do? We got to walk away with the E. So I'll point out the rules while we're reading words. And then the concept cards you can use, again, when you're caught up on concepts, and review that. And then I have my review list. Again, I think it's 57, 77, the end. And the review list review everything that you've got in spelling or reading.